Well done.
Good morning. We are back at you this morning with our 5-minute warm-up. Today's workout is going to be an EMOM, which is going to be every minute on the minute. We'll go through those movements once we get through our 5-minute warm-up. So we're starting out with 10 squats. Give me a nice wide stance, maybe a little turnout here. Drop it down into a squat, maybe a little pause at the bottom. So sure, we're warming up here. Get those hips nice and loose, nice and warm. How's everybody feeling today? A little sore from yesterday's workout? Right, we've got 2 more here. Last one. Good. All right, so we're gonna go in lateral walks. I'm gonna start at the end here. Just get nice and low. You're gonna step, slide the foot in. 2. We're going for 10. You don't have to stay in a small space. I'm just trying not to leave you. Last 2. And 1. Good. All right, so we're gonna take it down to the mat for a bridge. Lay on your back. Arms down by your side. Hips lift and lower. 2, 4. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Oh my God, it's landscaping day in the neighborhood. It's gonna be a little loud. All right, so now we're gonna turn over for some mountain climbers. So I'm gonna go slow on this first set, just drawing my knee in, reaching back. We're gonna go for 10. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then from there, we're gonna take it to our plank step outs. So you're just gonna walk your feet apart, walk your feet back in. I like to alternate my lead leg. Good. 1 more. And rest. All right, bring it on up. We'll start that all over again. We've got just a little over halfway here. Dropping it back down into that squat and up. Maybe picking up the pace a little bit here. It's intense noise. I know. 6, 7, 8. Last 2. And 1. Good. Walk it all the way over. Going into those lateral walks. We've got 10. Beautiful, guys. Taking it back to the mat for your bridges again. We've got less than 2 minutes left in our warm-up here. Last 2. Last 1. And then we'll turn it on over for our mountain climbers. We're gonna pick it up just a little bit here. Going into a more rhythmic pace for 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, and then we're gonna do our plank step outs. Out. 2. Good. Last 2. Last 1. All right, pop on up. We've got 40 seconds left here. We're gonna start all over. If there's any movement that you feel like your body needs this morning before we get started into the workout, feel free to take a little time for that. then take it into those lateral walks. Get low, step together, keeping that chest up, hips are low. All right, we are all done. So going into our workout today, our workout is an EMOM. That means every minute on the minute. We've got 4 different movements. We're going for 5 rounds, so it's gonna be 20 minutes total, 20 reps of everything. So I'm just gonna show you each movement before we get into it. Our first one is gonna be a Renegade Plank, which means we're holding this plank position. We're trying to keep the hips steady. Hips, tailbones lengthening down towards the heels, that belly's tight. We're just alternating, bringing that hand up at one time. If you have dumbbells at home, you can always add your dumbbells, just giving it a little bit of a weighted Renegade row. You can also take it down to your knees if you need to come into that tabletop position. Just make sure that you're staying nice and tight through that core. Same thing, pull back. Keep the body weight from shifting side to side as we bring those elbows back. So we've got 20 total. After you finish your 20 reps, you rest for the rest of that minute. Our next one is gonna be a step back to balance. So we're starting here. You're gonna take a step back into a lunge, drive that knee up, and then switch. Back, drive the knee up, making sure that you fully extend that hip on the standing leg, chest comes up, keeping your body nice and tall. Alternating back in there, back and forth from there for 20. Then we're going into our plank rotation. So back to the mat, finding that plank position. Give yourself plenty of space between your feet so that when we rotate into your side plank, you're gonna keep your feet anchored on the floor, letting your feet stagger. Make sure you stack those hips, stack those shoulders, back to center, over to the other side. Alternating back and forth there. And then our last motion is gonna be a pulsing sumo squat. So sumo squats, nice wide stance, external rotation. We're dropping down. You're going 1, 2, and up. 1, 2, and up. All right, so that's our workout today. 4 moves, 5 rounds, 20 reps of everything. Are we ready? We're going in 3, 2, 1. Take it to the mat. Find that plank, alternating sides. 2, last 5, 4. All right. So we got about 27 seconds left here. Getting ready for step back lunges after we break. So taking your time in between each set. Lovely. At least my landscapers came early, so we're done already. All right, so going into our step back lunges. So you're going back. Try to get that back knee to touch, that front heel stays heavy. Drive through that knee, opening up the hips. Alternating sides. If you have trouble with balance, you can use a stick. You can get close to a wall, a chair, something to help you stabilize so that you really stick that position. You don't want to just actively wobble and then put your foot back down. You want to make sure that you're nice and steady at the top of that hip extension. I've got 4 more. I don't know about you. 3, 2, and 1. All right, that one took a little bit longer. So we've got 3 seconds. Coming down to our plank rotations. Ready? And go. Find that plank and twist. there, we got 10 seconds left in that minute, so we're just gonna rest, catch your breath. We're coming up, our next movement is gonna be that pulsing sumo squat. Nice wide stance, toes turned out. We're going in 3, 2, 1, take it down. It's 1, 2, and up. 5 more. All right, we've got 12 seconds left. Keep moving if you haven't finished your set of 20. All right, first round is done. We're taking it back to that plank position for our Renegade planks. Go. Beautiful, guys. All right, we've got 30 seconds left. This seems to be our fastest move here. Grab a sip of water when you need it. Hey. We've got 15 seconds here. Our next movement is going to be that step back lunge to balance in 10 seconds. All right, ready. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1, back, balance. Drive that knee up, open up that hip. Good job, guys. Keep moving. I got 2 more here. We've got 12 seconds left. And then rest for the remainder of that minute. Going into our plank to rotation next. We'll take it down to the ground. Find that nice wide stance. We're going in 3, 2, 1, go. An alternative this would be to take it down to the knee as you rotate. This gets to be too much. Give yourself that little break. Now I lost my count. I'm gonna say we got 3 more.
You do have 3 more.
Timing is everything in fitness. All right. We've got 7 seconds left. Bring it on up for those pulsing squats. Nice wide stance. Turn those toes out and drop it down. We got 1, 2, and lift. With any of these workouts, if you've got a kettlebell, if you've got dumbbells, you want to add some weight to it, feel free. I'm not going to recommend squatting your dog or any other weird object, but if you feel it, you know, do it. Just don't blame me if you hurt yourself. My only recommendations are real weights.
Yeah, I want to squat you.
Let go. round 3. Ready, set, go. I like this one, gives me the longest break. Have a sip of water. We got 26 seconds left. All right, 10 seconds before we go back into those step back lunges. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, go. Step, draw it up. So here with weights, you could hold a kettlebell in a goblet position. You could hold some weights down by your side or even a front rack position. We've got 6 seconds left. Next round is our plank to rotation. Bring it down to the ground. Find that wide stance with your feet, and we're going. 20 total. Got 5 seconds left. Those go real fast. All right, all the way back up for our sumo squats. And go, down for 2, and up. 1, 2, and lift. 3. We got 33 seconds left here. Last 4. 3. All right, 10 seconds left here. Finish up your reps if you didn't hit 20 yet. And just like that, we're 3 rounds in. We've got 2 more to go. Going back to our Renegade planks, we've got 3, 2, 1, go. Got 30 seconds left. If you haven't finished, keep moving. 25 seconds before we go back into our step back lunges. How are you guys feeling? It's foundation, getting your heart rate up a little bit. Not all jumpy and fast like yesterday, but still a good workout. All right, we're going into those step back lunges in 3, 2, 1, go. You get to watch puppies chase rabbits while I do this. It's quite entertaining. I'll let you know if they're successful. It's doubtful. I've got 2 more. How about you? We've got 9 seconds left. And then we're taking it back into our planks to rotation. Bring it to the mat. We're going in 3, 2, 1. We are 32 seconds left here. All right, 10 seconds left. Bring it on up. We've got our pull sumo squats. That's our last movement in round 4. Now we've got 4 minutes left. Ready, and go. 2 and up. 1, 2 and lift. Really feel the weight in your heels. Make sure you're pressing those knees out wide. With this wider stance, you should be a little more working those inner thighs. I got 5 more left. We've got 23 seconds. All right, 12 seconds left. 1 more round. Forgot to start my clock. I feel like we should all start over again. All right, last round, Renegade Planks in 3, 2, 1, go. On time, 30 seconds left. Taking it into our last set of step back lunge to balance in 22 seconds. All right. We are going. Last set here in 3, 2, 1, go. Drive that knee up, open up that hip. Keep the weight heavy in your heel on that standing leg. Make sure that that front heel stays anchored. You can drive down into that heel as you lift up. I have 3. We've got 10 seconds left. 2 and 1. All right. Last set of plank rotations coming up. Take it to the mat. Wide stance. We're going in 3, 2, 1, go. I remember what we're doing. We've got 15 seconds left. Whew. All right, pop on up. We got our last set of squats here and go. There was no countdown. It was just last set and go. We've got 30 seconds left here. Seconds left. If you haven't finished, finish up. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and we're done. Good job, guys. We've got about a 20-minute Pilates cool down coming up. Take a minute, grab a sip of water. I like to use a towel for one of the exercises. So if you don't have a towel close by, might be something you want to get. Hi, Lucy. Hi. All right, so our first exercise is going to be our roll up. So if you have a hard time with these, if you have a hard time coming up without lifting your feet, you can always anchor your feet against a wall or against a chair, something that's not going to move. Is there something that gives you some feedback to anchor your heels into? Otherwise, we're going to start with our legs straight. I like to keep my feet about a hip distance apart. Reach your arms out in front of you. We're just going to slowly start to melt back. So the goal here is to feel that spine articulate. I want to feel my tailbone drawing under towards my heels, my belly scooping out as I roll all the way down, and then bring my arms overhead. Now as I come back, the arms come forward, the head follows, and then right here, right at my rib hinge, I want to curl up and then dive over towards my toes. We're going to do that 5 more times. Deep breath in. Try to keep those legs just weightless, heavy, relaxed. Try not to grab in those quads as you roll back. Arms reach overhead. And then the arms come forward, head follows. Right at that sticky spot. Exhale to peel up. Draw the belly in as you dive over. Beautiful. There's a sticky spot on your back. Mine is usually kind of my lumbar spine. Tends to want to stay a little sticky, so there might not be a lot of articulation there. It's a little bit easier to articulate on the way down than it is on the way up. Good. We've got 2 more here. Last one. Beautiful. And then as we rise up, we're going to stay in this seated position for our spine stretch. So spine stretch, it's a very small movement. It's really about creating this sense of lift of your your spine. So you want to feel like you're lifting your ribs up away from your hips. Crown of the head is reaching towards the ceiling. The arms are forward. I want a soft elbow. My shoulders are softened back. I'm going to take a deep breath in to get tall, and then as I exhale, I'm just diving forward as if there's like a ball on my lap. I'm going to fold over, lengthen out. My upper back will round just a little bit as I soften the chin towards the chest. And then it's like I'm stacking myself back up against a wall as I lift. Draw that belly back. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, and reach. And inhale and stack. We'll go for 4 more here. And lift. If you're really feeling your hip flexors on this one, you can soften your knees. That'll allow you to get a little bit more relaxed in the hips. You can also bend your knees and bring your legs into a little diamond position if that's too much for you. So keep going, we got 2 more here. Last one. And then as we stack up, we're gonna take it into our spine twist. So the spine twist, same thing with the lower body. If you're feeling those hip flexors, let your knees bend. You can take your feet, bring your feet together and butterfly your legs, or you can just soften your knees and just anchor through those heels. So from there, we're gonna take the arms out to the side. So we have this T position with our upper body. Upper back stays lifted. The arms only move with the body, so we're not reaching the arms without the torso. It's about lifting up and away from those hips, and then as we exhale, we're gonna spiral the spine. Take the gaze all the way back to those fingertips, and then bring it back to center. Inhale, rotate to the opposite side. Exhale, center. Lengthen out through the crown of the head. Anchor down through those hips. Try not to let your hips rotate with you. Let's go 1 more on each side. Bring those arms down. Oh, hi. Now from there, we're going to go into an exercise called saw. So we're going to spread those legs out, taking your heels nice and wide. Going back into that T position with the arms. So the arms are reaching out. Now you're going to rotate first. So just like we did on that spine twist. But then once you're here, you're going to dive. So I'm rotating to my right. I'm going to take my left hand and just anchor it to the outside of my right thigh, or my right ankle, and then my right arm is going to reach back. As I'm holding here, I want to let my chin soften down towards my chest. My right shoulder rolls back, my left hip is heavy, and then rise up, twist, and dive. Reaching back, anchoring through those hips, and lift, twist, and dive. Go 1 more to each side. All right. And then we'll bring those legs back together. I'm gonna actually take my shoes off. A little bit less weight helps on here. It's kind of up to you though if you want to keep your shoes on or not. We're gonna take our next exercise into the rollover. So this is where I said a towel is really helpful. It just helps keep your shoulders anchored down. So I like to grab it on opposite corners, kind of give it a little twist. And then when I lay down, I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold it right underneath my hips, right here. So close to my hips so that every time I start to move and my shoulders wanna do this, I'm gonna pull out on that towel to really connect with my back and keep me from rolling those shoulders forward and getting into my neck. So this next exercise is called rollover. So what we're gonna do is take both legs straight up towards the ceiling. Point your toes. Hands are anchored down on the mat, shoulders are wide. We wanna keep the back of the neck long, and without using momentum, we're not swinging the legs, we're using a contraction of the belly to exhale, bring those legs over. So as we start on this first one, I like to just pause, check in with my shoulders. You should be able to roll those shoulders back. You should be able to turn your head a little bit. You should be able to breathe. Flex your feet, open those feet to a hip distance, and then slowly curl down. So this is where that towel really becomes helpful. I'm pulling out on that towel, really trying to anchor my hands as I roll down so I don't crunch my neck. Legs come together, toes point. Exhale. Take it over. Open to a hip distance. Flex your feet and slowly curl. Good. Legs together, toes point. We're gonna go for one more like this and we're gonna reverse our footwork. Exhale. Take it over. Open to a hip distance. Flex your feet. Roll it down. Beautiful. Now from there, point your toes, keep your legs separated as we exhale. Up and over here. Check in with those shoulders. Bring your legs together, flex your feet. Your heels are heavy as you roll back down. Taking it as slow as you can. Point, legs apart. Exhale as we take it over. Legs together. Flex your feet. And curl. One more time. Open. Exhale. All the way over. Check in with those shoulders. Bring your legs together. Let those feet get heavy. Flex. And curl. Beautiful. I'm going to take that towel, set it off to the side, and then rock on up and go into a forward fold. All right, so now we're going to take it into a side lying hip series. So there's quite a few exercises in this series. There's a couple different options as far as setup goes. So I like to come down onto my arm. It just gives me the opportunity to really focus on my lower body. You also can come up here, so you're placing your hand underneath your head and supporting your head there. Or you can come up onto your elbow. So if you decide you want to come up onto your elbow, the biggest thing you have to watch is that you're not just sinking into that shoulder joint. So you want to really press down into your palm, roll that shoulder back, and really get that sense of lift up and away from the mat. So this is going to be your most challenging position. So for me, I'm going to take it down. I'm going to extend my arm out, let my head rest, and then just try to find this straight line from the tips of my toes all the way up through my fingertip. So everything is nice and long as if I was standing up. And then I'm going to break at the hip and just slide my feet forward, giving myself a little bit of stability here. Now I'm going to draw my top leg back so it comes back in line with my body, and then that bottom knee is going to bend, and that's just going to help give me almost like a little kickstand, just a little balance support. Now as I'm watching my setup, what I really want to look at here is, do I have space between my ribs and my hips? I don't want to collapse here. I don't want to let that space shorten. I want to really think about keeping that length in that left hip, keeping a little space underneath the waist on that bottom part of my body. Now you can bring your top hand in front of you for balance if you want. We're going to start here with the flexed foot, and then they're just going to touch that foot down to the floor, and then as it lifts, I want to reach out of my heel. Let the foot tap and lift. Tap and lift. Good. Good. We've got two more here. Two. And on this next one, that leg is going to lift. So now I want to keep it right in line with my body. I'm going to point the toes. This time I'm sweeping that leg forward, trying to keep my hips steady. Flex the foot. Exhale, pull back, reaching into that heel, just bringing that leg in line with your body. Toes point, reach, flex and pull back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good, we've got two more here. Last two. Keep those hips steady. Everything from the hip up should be completely stabilized. Last one. Bring it back and hold. Reach out of that heel. Stack those hips up. Small circles for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and hip is burning. We got just a couple more movements here. We're gonna extend that bottom leg. This time I'm bringing it so my feet are almost on top of each other. I'm gonna take that leg into a slight external rotation. So my toes are rotating up just a little bit. I'm gonna point, flex and lower. Reach, flex and lower for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. We've got 2 more here. Last 2. Last one. Whew, that hip is nice and warm. So now for this next one, I'm going to extend my bottom leg. I'm using that bottom leg as kind of a marker. So this is one of my favorite exercises. It's called rainbow, even though my hip is on fire right now. We're going to take those toes, internally rotate, touch the foot right in front of that bottom leg, and then lift up and over, and that heel is going to touch back. So you notice your hips might want to move a little bit. Our goal is to keep them as steady as possible so that we're creating mobility in that hip socket, not just letting it stay stiff and letting the hips roll with the movement. So it's really about how stabilized can I keep my pelvis as that leg is moving in the hip socket. Good. Last 3, 2, 1. And now we're reversing that. So that heel is going to come forward now, up and over, toe is back, heel, toe, 3, 4, 5. Good. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Whew. Oh man, that hip is on fire. We're gonna bring that knee forward, let it fall to the floor. I'm gonna take that bottom arm out in front of me. Top arm stacks right on top of it, and then I'm just gonna peel it open, taking my body into this nice big spiral. Good, all right. I'm gonna bring it onto my belly. Just press back into a child's pose for a second. And then rise up. We're gonna take it over to the other side. We're almost done here, guys. So find that setup. Lengthen out that bottom arm. Extend your toes. Find that line. Woo. Straight line from the tips of the toes all the way up through your fingertips. Hips are stacked. And then just slide your feet forward, creasing at the hips. And then I'm gonna draw my top leg back, bring it in line with my body, soften that left knee. Reaching out into that right heel, I'm gonna drop that foot, let the whole foot touch, and lift. We're gonna go for 8, 7, keeping that space open between the top of my hip and the bottom of my ribs. 3, 2, last one, hold it, point your toes, sweep that leg forward, flex, and pull it back. Reach and pull for 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Bring it back and hold, reaching into that heel. We've got our circles for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now reverse that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let it rest for just a second. Almost done there. Hang in there, guys. Bring that foot forward. We're going to stack it right on top of your bottom foot. Externally rotate. Point your toes. This time we're going to point and lift. Flex and lower. Point, lift. 2, 3, 4. Good. Last 3 here. 2 and 1. Beautiful. Let's straighten out your bottom leg. Lift it up. Point the toe. Bring the foot forward. And then we're going to take it up and back. So again, remember, keeping those hips steady. The leg goes up and over. Heel taps. Toe taps. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now reverse that. The heel goes forward, up and back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, hi. 5. We're almost done. We're almost done. 6. Last 2. Last one. Beautiful job, guys. Nothing like a little dog booty shake to get you finished. All right, so we're gonna bring bring that bottom arm forward, bring your knee to the ground, and then from there we're gonna peel that top arm back, taking it into a nice little spiral. I mean, what's better than puppy love? All right, let's bring it back into center. Last little stretch here. Bend your knees, bring the soles of your feet together, let those knees fall out to the side. I like to really draw those feet close to my hips if I can. Grabbing onto the feet, just slowly lower your chest. Good. And that is it for us today, guys. We'll be back here tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. with a nice fiery workout, and then on Saturday, 10 a.m. back to a little foundation. So please tag us in your workouts, take your study selfies. You can find this workout on YouTube, or probably just YouTube right now. And if you tag us, hashtag TriCore Tribe. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks. Good job.
I think the live did cut out like halfway for some reason, but the whole workout got in, and then I came back over here and it looked like it went off.
Weird.
So I just restarted it, but that looks awesome.
Okay,
So.
cool.
Lizzie, you're a star.
I know, she really is.
Is this the first time she's been here, or she didn't?
Oh,
do
no.
this all week? No, she does this all week.
Yeah.
You'll edit the end of this,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We're talking.